Jared Goff cashes in.
It's a lot of money.
And so it shows you that Detroit is finally getting it right.
Welcome back to my channel. I'm sure you've heard that Jared Goff just got signed for over $200 million over 4 years at $53 million per year. That led me to wonder, when will there be the first $100 million per year NFL player? In today's video, we find out. First things first, there is the salary cap. If you didn't know, the NFL runs under a hard salary cap in which the teams absolutely cannot spend more than that. It's not like the NBA or MLB where it's just a fake number. This is the real limit. So in order to find out when there will be a $100 million player, first we need to find out when the cap can withstand that. Going back to 1994 when it was first created, it was $34.6 million. And this year, it is $255 million. So this means that over the 30 years of there being a salary cap, it is over 7 times greater than when it started. Now, breaking down the increase per year, because this will allow us to further calculate the future. As you can see, it really goes up and down a lot, with some huge increases like 1998 where it went up 26%. And there's also some years where it actually went down, like 2011. While it's not completely steady, I believe it is a long enough time period where we can get a good guess. In its history, it has averaged about a 7% increase per year. So I'll use this going forward. The next step is what percentage of a salary cap does the top quarterback get paid? And yes, this does depend a little bit based on who the quarterback is. Because while it almost always does just increase with the next quarterback, not always. Joe Burrow actually makes more per year than Jared Goff does, even though he's signed a year earlier.
Asthma. He's allergic to rich white people.
So what I believe is the best way to look at this is quarterback average salary versus the league salary cap. Currently, the top 10 in the league are all over 20% and under 25%. But I could honestly see a team going a slightly higher percentage if they could make the first $100 million quarterback deal. It would be a lot of news coverage, a lot of good press. The player would want it, the team would want it. So I'm going to round up and say 25% of the salary cap is what we can expect for, the record-setting quarterback deal. Utilizing the 7% growth rate and the $255 million of this year, it will take until 2031 before the cap will be over $400 million. In 2031, it will be $411 million. At that point, I can almost guarantee you that there will be a $100 million per year quarterback signed that year. So 2031, that is 7 years from now. It is a long ways away, but that's not it. It could actually happen sooner. Before I get into that, if you've liked the video so far, please consider liking and subscribing, but back to the video. If you haven't kept up with the NFL, well, I guess I'm a little surprised you're watching this video, but anyways, a few years ago, they went from 16 to 17 games in the season. When that happens, there's a lot more money on the table, as you can tell with the cap exploding over the past 3 years. Now, there are a few other reasons for the cap, Taylor Swift and so on, but the extra game is a major part. But there's more. There's no way that the NFL wants to stay at 17 games. Roger Goodell has even said he wants another game. Within the next 3 or 4 years, the NFL will get its way, the players will crumble, and there will be 18 games in an NFL season. When this happens, the money will increase, and therefore the salary cap will increase as well. So to represent this, I put a 15% increase in 2026 instead of a 7% increase. This made it so that it would be 2030, in which there would be a $100 million player. Now, to be honest, it wouldn't completely shock me if it happened a year sooner, because it would be $385 or $384 million per year. So that would not surprise me if that happened. But that would mean a team is spending over 25% of their salary cap on the quarterback.
Pardon me for asking the obvious question, but how are you out of money?
So that might not be the best roster management, but there's a lot of bad GMs out there. I mean, for example, you could look at the Browns giving an absolutely terrible contract to Deshaun Watson. So you only need one of them to do it. And I don't know, I mean, Jerry Jones hasn't really been giving out big contracts to quarterbacks, but it does seem like something he might like to do just to make news about the Cowboys. But who knows? I don't know who it's going to be, but I can say with a lot of confidence, by 2030 or 2031, there will be a $100 million quarterback. And while 2030 might sound really far away, it's not that far.
Oh my God, no, don't tell me everything. What? No!
For example, let's say Caleb Williams played his 4 years on his deal, then he played the 5th year option, and then they can't do a contract agreement. You know, Bears management fumbles it or something. They do a franchise tag, and boom, there you are, 2030. So it could even happen to this year's quarterbacks, foreseeably. But anyways, thanks for watching the video. If you would like more NFL content, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting down below.